Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV. Chelsea through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Draw tomorrow. Draw is tomorrow. A potential stream for you guys on the Champions League draw, which I believe is around 11 o'clock-ish. So maybe we'll do a draw. We'll talk about that and also talk about the deadline day, which is tomorrow in regards to Chelsea Football Club and the individuals that can, the individuals that have put a bid in. It'd be good to learn what Rain Group do next going into after this as well. Looking at my hair, like, God, my head's messed today. Just washed it. But we're here to talk about the game, guys. We're here to talk about the game. We're here to talk about a little bit about the news before the game as well in regards to bids as well. But we're here to talk about what that performance was about yesterday. I want to give my thoughts and opinions. We're going to do the player ratings as always, open up the lines, get the panel involved as always, talk more breaking news if any comes through. Champions League draw potentially tomorrow, and then Middlesbrough. Then we've got the Middlesbrough preview maybe in the evening or Saturday. So there's a lot to go on. I won't be doing a reaction show for that game on Saturday evening. It'll probably be Sunday. So lots and lots and lots to look forward to on that one. Big up to Xavier Gears. Stopped before I headed to sleep. Oh, right. Yeah, it's late for you, my bro. Big up to you, my man. Sleep well. And yeah, we'll see you when we see you. We'll see you when we see you. But guys, make sure you smash the like button. First and foremost, smash the like button for GNA TV. Subscribe if you're new to GNA TV as well. We are on the road to 4.8k subscribers, which is huge for this channel. It's massive. We're moving nicely. And I just need you guys to keep supporting the channel. Keep sharing it on your socials. Keep allowing new people to get involved in the chat with you guys as well. Before we move forward, though, guys, let's cue that intro. Yes, people, welcome back. And Chelsea are through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Draw tomorrow, I think around 11 o'clock. So potential stream for you guys. Live stream of the Champions League draw with myself, which then we'll roll into talking more maybe about the Rain Group, because it's deadline day tomorrow for the owners. Maybe we're going to get some breaking news on that as well as we get close to the deadline day of that. And maybe we'll do a little bit of a preview while we're at it for Middlesbrough. So a bit of everything for you guys tomorrow. Bit of everything. Good 2 to 3 hour stream. Talk about the Champions League draw as well. That's all to come for you guys tomorrow. So a big stream for you guys. Let's see who's in the chat already. Concierge of Crime. How are we doing, my bro? This is Champions of Europe. We know what we are. And listen, we are defending that title. We are in the quarterfinal. We could potentially, fingers crossed, get an easy route. If we can, I'll take it. You know, if Villarreal or Benfica are a team that are available to play against, then, you know, I would take it. To let people know. Actually, you know what we'll do first? There's a little bit of fun. Let me just find this. Champions League. Let me find this before we talk about the game and a little bit of news on the owners as well. Am I going to find it? Am I going to find it? No. Oh, man. There we go. So there we go, guys. Here it is. These are the teams that are in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Now, what I want you guys to do, and we'll do it tomorrow as well, just to start off for the first 5-10 minutes, I want us to predict who we think's going to get who. Tomorrow, 11 a.m. is the draw. I will be doing a live stream for the Champions League draw as well. We'll also be talking about the deadline day with the owners as well. So lots to talk about as well on that. Make sure you're ready for that one. But I want to do a little guess. Let's have a little guess. Guess in terms of teams who'll be playing who. Liverpool, Benfica, Man City, Atletico Madrid, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Chelsea Football Club and Villarreal are the teams left in this quarterfinal draw. And I know people say we don't want to get Man City, we don't get Liverpool. The one thing I would say about them two teams is they've had the up on us this season. They're not going to want to face us again. They're not going to want to face us again because at one way, Chelsea will win. Chelsea are going to win one of these games. Chelsea are definitely going to win one of these games against Man City or Liverpool. I'm telling you now. This is why I still feel confident, because if we get Villarreal and Benfica, I think we'll beat them. I've got this feeling. And let's start. Right? Let's start with Chelsea. All right, let's start. Let's just quickly go through the chat. Big up to Audrey. Big up to Shelley in the house. Big up to Bex in the house. She wants City. The teams we all want is Benfica, Villarreal's next. Yeah, that's true. I have a feeling we'll get the Bayern or Real. All right, so I'm going to write in the chat my proposed lineup of who I think is going to be drawn against who. It's all guessed, and then tomorrow when we do the Champions League show for the draw, which we'll be doing tomorrow, we'll then go through it together as well. So I'm going to say Chelsea, and not in any order. It could be either or. Are there any special rules like teams who are in the same group can't play? No. That's all out the window now. Anyone can play anyone, Bex. Anyone can play anyone in the quarterfinals. So I'm going to say, start with Chelsea because it's our club. Chelsea is who I think. You're going to see it in the chat now. Who do you think I'm going to pick? Who do you think I'm going to think Chelsea are going to get? I'd like you to guess. Who do you think I'm putting in right now? Who do you think that I'm putting in right now? Little guess for you guys. So, the team that I think Chelsea are going to play in the quarterfinals of the Champions League is... There you go. I've pressed the button. I've just got this feeling that we're going to get Atletico Madrid. I just got this weird feeling we're going to get them again. And I wouldn't mind it because we've got one up over them. They hate playing Chelsea Football Club. They generally hate playing us. I've just got this weird feeling that Atletico Madrid will be the team that Chelsea get. I'm going to go on to Liverpool. Who do I think Liverpool are going to get tomorrow? Here we go. In the chat. Could be so wrong, but I'm going to guess it. It's a bit of fun. I think Liverpool will probably get... This is what I think they're going to get. I'm not even joking. Liverpool versus Real Madrid. Liverpool versus Real Madrid is what I'm going with. I've just got this. They will get them. Man City. I'll tell you who Man City are going to get. Man City. And if anyone's in the chat, once I've done it, if you can maybe screen record it. And then when we do the stream tomorrow, which we're going to do, we're going to do the draw on the channel tomorrow. So make sure you're here. We'll go through what we've picked. Man City, I think, are going to get... They always get an easy draw. I'm sorry, they do. They always get an easy draw. So I'm going to go with them. I do. They do. And they still fuck it up. So I've gone for Chelsea to get Atletico Madrid. I've gone for Liverpool to get Real Madrid. I've gone for Man City to get Villarreal. Bayern Munich will play... Well, it's only left, isn't it? Benfica. There we go. 2, 4, 6, 8. That is exactly what I am predicting for tomorrow's draw, which we'll be doing live on GNA TV for that as well. But it's a guess, guy. It's only a guess. It's only a guesstimate. We don't know. We generally don't know what's going to happen. But here's my predictions. Matty says Benfica or Villarreal is what he thinks. Liverpool versus Villarreal is what Bex is saying. City and Bayern is what Matty thinks. Liverpool versus Real, same as last season again. I just got this weird feeling like Chelsea got Atletico. I've got this weird feeling it's going to repeat itself again. I really, really, really do. Man City versus Villarreal because they always get an easy team. City versus Bayern, another German team. The Saudis are coming down. We're going to talk about that next, and then we're going to get into the game. Bayern Munich versus Benfica is what I'm going with as well here. Oh, they draw the semis too, did they? Did they? Did they draw the semis too? I can't remember. Hey, do you know what, TJ Gamer? I am thinking about it. I'm thinking about placing that bet. Placing the bet on 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 what I've put up above. I just got this feeling we're going to get Atletico Madrid. I just see it. We love a bit of Atletico. And I wouldn't moan about it because I think they're absolutely dog turd. I watched them against Man United and I was like, they're crap. You can actually get them. It's just that Man United are so crap as well. Liverpool will get Real Madrid again. I can just see it. And I think Real Madrid might do them this time. But we'll see. I did actually say Liverpool win the Champions League. I remember saying that to Ram as well a little while ago. Then I said Man City, Villarreal because Man City always get easy teams. They always get easy teams. Bayern Munich, Benfica. So if they draw the semis too, so tomorrow declared. The draw is tomorrow at 11 o'clock UK time, from what I understand. So what I will do is I will do a stream for the draw. So we'll sit here and we'll go through the draw together. Make sure you're awake. Make sure you're ready. We'll be doing that. And then we'll go straight into any news. We'll talk about that and talk about the draw. And then we're going to go straight into any news as it's deadline day. Deadline day for bids to come in from owners. Bids to come in for Chelsea Football Club. So a lot's going to happen tomorrow. I've got a feeling. So it'll be a good couple of hours that we'll be going through this. Can't wait for the draw. And trust me, we'll get Villarreal. Andre, it'll be here, mate. We're doing the draw right here. I'll be setting it up as well. Yeah, so just make sure you tune in. Tune in, my man. This Atletico side are worse than last season. Will destroy. That's what I'm saying. Like, I generally don't see anything scary about this Atletico team. Like, they do not worry me. And I just got this feeling that it's going to happen. I know some people think Liverpool won't want Chelsea. Man City won't want Chelsea. Real Madrid won't want Chelsea. Atletico Madrid don't want Chelsea. Benfica and Villarreal, they're stuffed. It doesn't matter who they get. They're going to probably get beaten. Possibly. So, you know, I'd say most of them teams, barring maybe Bayern Munich. Because I think Bayern Munich have got that taste of beating us quite convincingly. But we are a different beast under Thomas Tuchel. So, in a way, I would like to play Bayern Munich. But I don't. I want to play Bayern Munich when we have that Reece James and Ben. Like, when we have that team. We don't have that team, man. We generally don't have that team. But guys, there you go. Remember, like I said, tomorrow, draw live on GNA TV for you guys. Make sure you're back here. I've given you my predictions for who I think we're going to get. I did say Chelsea will get Atletico Madrid. I said Liverpool will get Real Madrid. I said Man City will get Villarreal. And I said Bayern Munich will play Benfica. They are my guesses for tomorrow's draws. In the comments below after this show, make sure you leave your predictions as well in that, and we'll look at it again tomorrow when we do the draw live on GNA TV for you guys as well. So make sure you're in tune with that as well. We're going to talk Chelsea's game against Lille. We will be doing that, but I just wanted to quickly talk about a little bit of news about the owners. Obviously, we know deadline day is tomorrow as well. And before the game, we saw this breaking news. Where's it gone? Now we'll come to it. We saw this news, shall I say. Lord Sebastian Coe has joined Sir Martin Broughton to bid for Chelsea. Now, I don't really believe this too much. I mean, not to say that this guy's not legit. He's obviously a media sports reporter, etc. But Lord Sebastian Coe is a politician. He's a politician who was an athlete back in the day, won some Olympic medals, this, that, and the other. I don't think Chelsea are going to sell to him. So I didn't even bother wasting my time reading into this too much, to be fair. But then there was news breaking just before we kicked off. And obviously you can see here that the guys are warming up, doing their thing, getting themselves ready for the game. And then we heard this news straight on when we were underway. And Ben Jacobs, should we say, has came out and said Saudi Media Group bid for Chelsea is around 3.5 billion and will likely be the highest offer. Now, remember when I said to you yesterday that I do believe that the Saudi bid's probably going to be the highest, but it just depends in terms of the criteria of what's required in Rain Group, because there will be a criteria. There will be elements of where they would probably maybe have ticks, some elements where they maybe have crosses. Money talks, don't get me wrong. The more money, the better. You think they'd go with the higher bid, but it's also understanding if they're the right owner and the intentions are in place. And when you read into what the Saudi Media Group want to do, we already know that one of the guys that are a part of that are a massive Chelsea fans. His kids are as well. Sponsoring wise, they can offer us better sponsors across the world rather than free, because that's what we're with at the moment, free. There's a lot. And plus, they're saying about the short-term investment into the football club, which they'll have no problem doing, and they probably might need to help us get through this to the end of this as well. And obviously Chelsea trying to push for ticket sales to be released again. No Champions League tickets will be sold as we currently speak, but they will try and push an offer through as quickly as possible. So once Rain Group have narrowed it down, I'm hoping that they can do that by the end of next week if it takes that long for them to decide. Just got a text. As long, for it to take as long for them to decide who will be the new owners, but you expect that to be pushed on to the government, where a special license will be made, put in play, and then obviously the ownership of the football club can be sorted, hopefully fast tracked and sorted quite quickly, so that we can go back to normal. We can have fans going to game. The stadium can open up its merchandise stores. The stadium can start offering refreshments. We can buy football shirts again. We can maybe then review the sponsorships that we currently have at the moment with Free and Hyundai as well. And then they can make a decision of what they want to do moving forward. And will they keep the structure? I think they do. I do. I don't think Mourinho and that will be going anywhere until maybe the summer if they do go. But it's all news that is good, is what Chelsea fans have wanted up to this point. So we'll have to see what will happen. Jim, I have a feeling we have unfinished business with Liverpool. So we do, but I want to catch him later on. I'd love to get him in the Champions League final and just absolutely batter him. The government stole the club from Roman and are going to sell it to their friends. That's what Dusty Rhodes is feeling. I hope not, man. I hope not. Andre, big up to you. Ben in the house. Wheezy, my guy Wheezy, big up. Big up from him. He's working. Undertaker CFC, nice to see you as well. Gary Milburn, I hope you are well. The government has taken charge of Chelsea sale and will play a lead role in the decision which the bid is selected as a preferred. This is where people need to understand, and I explained this to you yesterday. Rain Group make the decision who the owner is, whoever the owners will be, to be put forward to the football club, to the government. The government then will have a say, because they're going to want to see where the funds have come from, make sure it's clean, understand the background of the individual, and make sure that there's no dodgy money coming in and out of Chelsea moving forward to keep us competitive. Special license have to be applied for through them. So, yeah, they're going to be involved. Would I say a lead role? A lead role, no. The lead role is Rain Group making the decision of who gets put forward. The government's involvement is agreeing that, understanding that, making sure the funds are legit, and then organising the license. Basically, yeah, agreeing to it as well. So to a degree, yeah, they are involved. We can't not say they're not involved. They're massively involved in what happens at the football club. So we're going to have to wait and see. But I think sometimes, this is what I say with journalists and media, they haven't, especially with Chelsea in the last couple of weeks, they haven't put themselves in any great light, because some of the shit that they keep spewing up out their mouths is just recycled bullshit. Do you know what I mean? Big up to Sportswire. Tomorrow is the deadline, and we will be we will be going into that deadline straight after the Champions League draw, because lots will probably be going on, lots will be happening. Yeah, big show tomorrow, man. Big show. Big long show for you guys. Apparently, co-bids could potentially have an advantage over others on any other bid. Why? Because he's English. I just what I'm saying. Don't listen to everything you read. Big up to Rodrigo Rogers. I hope you're well. Beck says get them likes up. She's right, because 25 likes and over 75 people here is not good. I thought we should be at least 40 to 50. It's nearly over 80 people here. Come on, guys. Smash that like button now. Subscribe, please, if you're new to the channel, because we are on our road to 4.8K. We are closing the road halfway to 10K subscribers. The 5K mark is the aim of this channel. And I need you guys to subscribe to the channel as well. Plus, no money goes back to Roman. We know that anyway. I reckon there's at least one big surprise bid we don't know about. Yeah, there will be, Joe. And that's why I'm saying tomorrow, deadline, don't be surprised if something big comes in. Confirmed. That's why I said the mail is norm pure BS, mate. Bring on the new owners. Yeah, they talked a lot of shit, to be honest, Jim. Hope it's not the Ricketts family. They hate Muslims. I know he came out recently and said that he apologised for his words. How true that is, I don't know. We'll have to see. Who is? What code? What are you talking about here, mate? What are you talking about here? I'm excited to see the reported bid in the margins of 3-3 and it shows the value of our club. It does, and that's massive. Big up to Josh in the house as well. Nice to see him. So there you go. There's the news on that. Lots of more breaking news will happen tomorrow. Deadline day of the owners is tomorrow. We are here to talk about the game as well. That's going to take over very shortly because that is the main topic tomorrow. Champions League draw right here on GNA TV, along with a continuation of who we get, the result, and a breakdown of what's the deadline day and going on with Rain Group and any other bids that may come in as well. So lots to talk about tomorrow. The Ricketts family, let's quickly read this. The Ricketts family and Ken Griffin's bid to be tabled on Friday is well in the excess of 3 billion. They have a desire to maintain on the field and modernise of it. I can see how many people feel about that. I mean, if their intentions are pure, if the intentions are pure to keep us at the highest order, then I don't know. This is the thing. I don't know anymore. People are just basing it on emotions. None of us really understand who's going to be the best owner for this football club. All we're relying on is Rain Group and hopefully Roman Abramovich to make the right decision. I do think there's a slight involvement for him still behind closed doors. Nick Candy is unlikely to be a serious bidder for Chelsea despite ongoing efforts to see what is possible. And part of the reason of why Nick Candy can't keep himself in it is because he can't find the right partner and he can't bid the same amounts of money as what the Saudi guys are and the Ricketts family are doing, and maybe the potential others that we don't know about. There's a lot. There's a lot to come from that. Big up to Concierge as well. Nice to see you, my man, Kevoe. He says, I'm at school, Jem. Big up to you. Hope you enjoy your day at school, my man. Good to see you tuned in with us as well. Get all your school friends to add me up. Help us get to 5K subscribers, my guy. Yeah, well, I know people saying they're racist, and I get that, but Nick Candy seems to be struggling with that Sebastian Coe statement. But mostly importantly, like me, he's a lifelong Chelsea supporter at the Shed End ticket holder. I know that they bid for the millions of Chelsea fans around the world. We love our club and we're always a part of it. So I didn't know he was a Chelsea fan, to be fair. He has a vision, a key acumen, and a financial backing to ensure the club's future. It says keeping Chelsea Football Club at the top of European football is what is being read here. I am certain that Martin is the right man to lead Chelsea into its next chapter. He's an exceptional track record in British business, as well as unrivaled experience in shepherding Liverpool out of very difficult situation. He's talking about bringing on Sir Martin Broughton as well. So, interesting stuff, because I need to search these guys. I genuinely don't know who they are. I'm not going to lie. Who is this guy? He's a British businessman. Oh, I do know him by face now. Chairman of an international airlines group. He owns IAG, which is a parent company of British Airways. Iberia Vueling it's a Spanish registered company with shares traded on the London Stock Exchange and Spanish stock exchanges. So he's heavily involved in business. He's heavily involved in an airline company, which is parent to British Airways. This guy, Sir Martin Broughton, seems to have a bit of money behind him. Very old though. We bang on about Mr. Witz. This Martin Broughton is 75 years old, just to give you a heads up on that one. And when you want to talk about Sebastian Coe, he's 65. He's 65 years old. So, I don't know, man. I don't know about all of that. So we'll have to see what happens. But I think that's it. I think there's not much more to talk about in terms of where we are at the moment. I'm just going to quickly go to the top and see if there's anything else for us to be made aware of. See quickly if there's any more news. That's Antonio Rudiger. All right, cool. So this thing of Thomas, I have to get this off my chest quickly before we go on. Thomas Tuchel has been given indications he'll stay as at Chelsea, but sources believe that he would be open to hearing Man United pitch if they were to approach him. Athletic. Now, I don't get why you would want to go Man United. I'm sorry. Even listening to Man United, they are a shambles. And if you ask an honest Man United fan, they will tell you that they're not run correctly. They spend money, but the system and infrastructure that's set up at Man United is poo. So even if our new owners come in and amend some of the system, some of the way that we do things, why the hell is Thomas Tuchel going to look at Man United? They've been unsuccessful in God knows how many years now. They've not won a major trophy in God knows how many years. Why would Thomas Tuchel even want to entertain a football club like that? Don't get me wrong. Great tactician, probably do very well over there, get them playing. But is he going to get the right profile players? Is he going to be able to get rid of some of the deadwoods there? Like, they're not in any great position for him to look at them and go, I want to be there. I want to be at Man United if I can't be at Chelsea. It's just absolute nonsense. I'm sorry. Is Chelsea becoming the retirement club for owners like Arsenal players? Yeah, literally. Our owners are all literally in their retirement plans. Do you know what I mean, mate? Absolutely ridiculous. But it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why would he want to entertain Man United? That's why I just think it's media talk again. Man United is trash. It's a personal problem. So we're going to get to the game next, guys. We're going to get to Chelsea sale could move quickly after Friday. By next week, they could be a shortlist of 3 bids. And I'm expecting that, mate. I'm expecting it to move quickly. That's why I said hopefully by the end of next week, we should have a narrow idea of who the 3 competitors are that could potentially be taking over Chelsea Football Club. What was that? Parry Match spokesman. After considering the situation, we have considered to pause all joint marketing and brand campaigns with Chelsea with the club featuring the Parry Match logo and brand. Parry Match. Fair enough. Again, I'm not really interested in sponsors not getting involved. I really ain't. Doesn't bother me. So, Sir Martin Bratton will submit a standalone offer for Chelsea, including funding from high net worth Maccas in the UK, Europe, and USA. So, again, another consortium, someone that's going to build a big plot of money to be able to maybe compete with the Ricketts family, maybe compete with the Saudi media. These could be the 3 individuals that could do it. Nick Candy sounds like he's struggling to find the right partners to be able to sustain that challenge. Muslim Bayrak, the Turkish guy, had his fun in the media and has now disappeared out of plain sight, which tells me he just hasn't got the funds to back, to come up against that. So we'll have to see. The government plans talks with UEFA to find a way to prevent Chelsea's quarter-final home leg being held behind closed door as a result of the ban on the club selling tickets. I don't get that. Again, what are they doing, the government? They said that anyone that's a season ticket holder can go to the games. So why the hell are we getting asked to play behind closed doors now? I don't get it. Or is it UEFA asking Chelsea to be played behind closed doors? I don't know. I just find it all a bit up in the air, some of this stuff. So Martin Brown says there's a need to change everyone's mindset. There's too much emphasis on Roman on the legal owner and not enough on the Ukrainian victims who are intents and purposes are the beneficial owners and the fans who are the emotional owners. True in what he's saying there. Anything before we go into the game? So Sir Martin Broughton's bid is expected to reserve an equity stake in Chelsea for supporters, a move that would be likely to win the government's backing. So he's allowing equity stakes into Chelsea just to get himself ahead of other bidders, thinking that the government's going to approve them before that. But why are people not getting this or not understanding this? Rain Group are going to potentially pick 2 or 3 bidders. What they then do, I don't get. Do they then give them 3 buyers the opportunity to approach the government and apply for the license and prove that their money is legit and whatever else, and go through all of the the criteria that the government requires before clearing the sale of Chelsea? Or will Rain Group narrow it to just the one individual that they believe should be taken over and allow them to go and approach the government, which then the government will then make the decision based upon certain circumstances? That's what we need to wait and see. Will it just be narrowed to 3 bids? Will it be narrowed to 1 bid? What's going to happen? All of that we're still waiting to see, Matty said he sent me a message. Interesting, mate. Interesting. Thank you very much. We're going to get into the game now, guys, because I spent nearly half an hour talking about draws and owners again, which we're going to do tomorrow more so. He says, Turkish Bishop Muslim Bright said on Wednesday his company was preparing to submit a bid by Friday to buy Chelsea, but would want the blessing of sanctioned Russian oligarch Roman Abramovich for any deal. Again, that makes no sense. Why does he need a blessing? Does he mean that he wants a certainty, a contract certainty that he's going to get ownership, basically? So he's saying, I'll put a bid in, but if I put my bid in of where I need to be, I want confirmation that I'm going to get the football club. That's what I understand from that. That is literally what that means. That's funny, man. That is funny shit. I'm not gonna lie, that is funny shit. Muslim Bayrak's gone dead since Chelsea were put into sanctions. You know, he was meant to have sent over some of his lawyers to London to maybe to propose an agreement between the football club and himself, and then the sanctions kicked in, and then he brought out that big interview about how, you know, he hasn't been able to organise that, and he doesn't understand the government, and the government are bad, and he wants to take them to court and all this stuff. Since that, he's been quiet. Now, we will wait to tomorrow, because tomorrow is the official last day of the bids. Lots of things are going to happen from that point. I just want to know. I just think the way Muslim Bayrak's moving, or has moved up to now, as a Turkish individual, I don't think that he's going to get anywhere in front of Saudi Media Group. I don't think you even get in front of the Ricketts family in this instance. And I generally don't think that he's going to be in any great position to lead this race at the moment. This is a lot of money. He's going to have consortiums. I've not heard of any partnership behind him. I don't really understand where we're going with Muslim Bayrak. So again, like I said, paper talk, but take it as a pinch of salt. Take it in, take bits and bots and dabs of everything, and make your own thoughts on how you feel about that scenario. Big up to my guy Monster in the house. I've not seen him in a while. It's nice to see Big Monster. Hope you're well, my broski. Hope you are well, my man. Yeah, man. Yeah. Let me just send him it, because I haven't spoken to Monster in a while. If he wants to come in, he's always welcome, man. Monster's my boy. Monster is my boy. We'll drop him out. It is my boy. So yeah, look, listen, guys, we need to talk about the game. I'm here to talk about the game. I don't want to sit here talking about Ronas, which we have done for the last 20 minutes. We'll be coming back tomorrow to talk about all of that, along with the Champions League draw. Suke says no to racist owners, talking about the Ricketts family. Thank you for the donation, brother. Big ups to Infamous CFC as well, declared as well, Hassan. Everyone that's in the chat right now, but we do need to talk football, because there was a game yesterday. There was a game yesterday, and it's very hard, I know, as Chelsea fans, to even be able to concentrate on that at the moment. 2 seconds, guys. 2 seconds. Stay there. Look at the picture of Fred's face for now. Man's got food again. Man's got food again. I've got chicken, veg, and rice. Do you want to see it? Look. Look at that. Actually, sorry, turkey. Turkey breast, rice, and sweet corn. Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. Let's go. It's a bit too hot though at the moment. But we did have a game yesterday. Big up to Matthew as well. Big up to Musa. I'm not a Fred stan. It's ads, isn't it? It fucking changes my images. Do you know what I mean? I'm on that meal plan, bro. I'm literally pumping. I've lost a lot of weight as well, and I'm trying to tighten up the body and stuff, but loads going on. Anyway, yesterday, Chelsea's game. Let's have a quick look at the match stats. We won 2-1. Again, it wasn't the best of performances by our football club. We did get the job done. Don't get me wrong. We did make it happen. Ads is in the back. Ads is in the back. Big up to Ads as well. We did get the job done. We made it hard again in many instances. Burak Yilmaz got the goal in 38 minutes for an absolutely stupid free kick given away by Trevor Chalobah and a silly handball from Jorginho. Christian Pulisic with a great finish. Just before half time. Great finish. Cesar Azpilicueta, 71 minutes, scored with a great knee. I've never seen a better finish with a knee than what Azpilicueta did in that game. What a finish. 55% possession to their 44.2%. 8 shots to their 8. target, 4 shots to their 1. Off target, 2 to their 5. We dominated possession. We had the same shots. We had more on target. We had better passing completion rate than them at 85% to their 81. They had more corners than us. We only had 1 corner in the whole game. We won less tackles than them, which doesn't surprise me when I watch the overall game. In terms of aerial duels, they beat us again, 62 to the 37, which is quite low from our perspective. 20 fouls committed to their 15 fouls, 1 to their 17 as well. And when I think about the game and the overall performance, was it a great performance from Chelsea Football Club? No, it wasn't. Did we get the job done? Yes. Do I really want to sit here and criticise players for individual performances and moments and how we set out to play? No, because the other thing I want to say is that when you look at last year and how we used to play in these games, we used to create a lot of chances, but we were never clinical. Now, we're creating chances, whether they're minimal, which they are, and we're converting. I think in the first half, Christian Pulisic's goal was our first shot on target. Now, that is a good trait to have. That is a really, 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 really good trait to have as a football club. You know, if we're going to win games where we're not playing that well, but when we create that opportunity, we take it, then that's fine. Was I impressed with the way we set up? Was I happy with the way that we lined up in that game? Not really. I don't know if we can see a layout of it. I can't, no. But we're going to get to that in a minute. But anyway, we started with a 3-5-2. And 1 second, guys. We've got a donation, a big donation actually from Sasuke. Big up to Sasuke for the donation. Thank you very, very much for that. He says #no American owners. He has been so consistent. He's been so consistent with not wanting American owners. Every time he comes on here, he's always putting a super chat into this channel, supporting the channel, and offering, and basically airing that he's not interested in American owners. Big up to you for that. But I need to quickly have a bit of this turkey. Thank you. It's getting cold already. Good time. Now, what's the overall performance? Thank you, though, bro. Thank you for that donation. Massive donation to the channel. Big up to you, my man. But we are here to do the match ratings. But to do the match ratings, I'm not going to be doing it alone today. I'm going to give 4 people the opportunity to come on and do it with me. 4 people to get the opportunity to come on. The link's in the chat now. If anyone's free, come on and do the ratings, come on. But before that, in the meantime, let's talk about it. Thomas Tuchel set up in a certain way that I was a little bit shocked. Don't get me wrong, the 3-5-2 for me didn't, with the 3 in the middle, we've not seen work. And again, in the first half, it didn't work. We wasn't very fluid. We wasn't very good with the ball. We wasn't very, it didn't work. I can see what he was trying to do from the outset, which was manage the game. We had a 2-0 lead. He wanted to manage the game. He wanted to make it hard for them. That's cool. Not a problem. But we lost control of the game, and then we got a bit sloppy, and we gave the penalty. And Jorginho's handball was poor. The free kick that Chalobah gave away wasn't good enough, and we found ourselves 1-0 behind. And I was frustrated because I didn't blame the forward line this time. Pulisic and Havertz weren't getting nothing. Kovacic was hardly involved. Jorginho was really poor for me in the first half, and Kante was running around like a headless chicken, struggling. Christensen unfortunately had another toe ache, so he ended up walking off because he had Barcelona in his head, so he had to leave. So Chalobah comes on, and then within a second, he's getting run at. And it is what it is, it wasn't good. And then we get that goal from Christian Pulisic. Big up to Jorginho for that pass. He's done it twice in 2 games now, and it's something that I've been asking him to do more consistently. He is the man that has the ability to make that pass and see it. But he needs to do that more in games. And if he does that, we will benefit more from it. The forwards will benefit more from it, and they will be more clinical on top of that. So this, again, is good signs to see. And in the second half, we got better. We took off Kovacic, who I thought we shouldn't have taken off. Taken off whatsoever. And, right, 1 second, because I'm going to end up having too many people come in, and I'm going to be able to do this. So, and, it was better. We was more in control. they didn't offer much. I don't think Lille did much the whole game anyway. They had their little moments, but other than that, they didn't really create much. It's just that we didn't manage it as well in the first half. Second half, we looked better. Mason Mount come on the pitch, I thought was better in the game, helped the team more. It wasn't great going forward again, but we had more control of the game. They lost that extra edge of shutting us down. And this is why I wanted the 3 at the back, 3-4-3 to be the way we set up, because it's harder for teams to press in the way that they want to. And with the 3-5-2, it was easier because we were so deep all the time. We kept coming so deep to receive, to make the pass, that we ended up getting caught. And because Havertz and Pulisic were the only 2 up front, they were getting caught on the ball. So it wasn't easy for us to build up any play up the pitch. But, great cross from Mason Mount onto Aspie's knee. Finished the job 4-1 on aggregate. And we're now going to do the ratings. We have got people at the back. We've got Josh, Declared, Bri, and Nathaniel as well. How are you doing, guys? You all right? Anyone going to talk?
Yeah, good.
Good, mate. Good. Declared, are you there as well? I don't think Declared's there. Bri, are you there? Anyone here?
Yeah, sorry. What's going up there?
Yeah, I'm all right. How you doing?
Good. Yeah, but the game wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
The way you summed it up.
Mm.
Yeah, it was kind of like how we touched on it yesterday. Trying to be controlled. I don't really like the formation, having Jorginho, Kante, and Kovacic play at the same time. And I thought we didn't like it anyway, but the idea was there to keep it all controlled. And yeah, that's why I was happy for 0-0. But as soon as that one goal went in, I guess opened that up, a few changes.
Mm.
And I think Pulisic had a great game. Goes to show he's starting to get the killing stick back. And that's what we need right now.
Well,
and he could move up in the pecking order.
Yeah. If you play the front 2, Lukaku's got to be in the front 2 because he's a strong player. I'm saying, first of all, Kante, I think that was harsh because Kante played well.
No, I thought
Kante should play well.
He was better in the second.
I think.
Yeah.
He was one of our best players in the whole game.
No, I don't think.
I think if you're playing a 3-5-2, you need a Lukaku up there with maybe a Havertz.
Pulisic and Havertz were fine. There's nothing wrong with Pulisic and Havertz.
They weren't fine. Not in the first half. They weren't fine.
Lukaku got a run.
They weren't fine.
Lukaku came on and got a run, but that was about it. A run. But anyway, I want to do the match ratings. Nathaniel, please do not troll today. I need you to be serious today, please. Bri, what are you there, mate? Bri? Don't think Bri is there, so we have to get rid of him. Josh, how you doing, mate?
I'm good, brother. How you doing?
I'm not mad, mate. I'm not bad at all. Not bad at all. We're going to do the ratings anyway, my man. What was your thoughts on the game overall?
Yeah, it was entertaining, I guess. Like you pretty much summed it up. Like very similar to the first game as far as them having, 1 or 2 chances, nothing crazy, but yeah, no, it was we handled our chances. Pulisic was good. The 3-5-2 is not it. I think we know that. So yeah, hopefully we don't have to see that again in the near future. But yeah, it was entertaining game. It's a great finish by Pulisic and Asby, and move from there.
All right, we'll start with Mendy, guys, because again, I don't feel like he had much to do. I think the penalty was a very good finish by Turkish Burak Yilmaz. It's a shame you can't do that for blimmin' Turkey in Euros, but we move. But for me, again, he didn't have much to do, and for me, even though the penalty was given, it's not his fault. It went in. I don't think any goalie would have saved it personally. It was that good of a finish. For me, he's always a 7. So I don't know how you guys feel about it, but what's your overall ratings on it, Declared?
Yeah, probably about the same. I don't forget the best of the games. I don't know. It was more. There was a few panicking times.
Yeah.
That he got out. Just stock standard. Yeah, probably give him a 6 because probably Mendy's standard's higher. And I wish he did better at that penalty. The penalties are now very awkward. It's a great finish. It's just, I'll tell you. I'll give you what I mean. Like when someone like Czech was in goal, right? I I had some confidence that okay, this could be saved, like that he's going to get onto it. But when it's Mendy, it was just I just almost counted already as in. I
Peter Cech was
wish
shit
I
at
had more
penalties.
confidence.
Peter Cech was shit at penalties. He was so bad as well.
There was a little little period that had form in is what I would probably when almost he was saving a few penalties. And it was that little confidence. I wish I just had that.
Okay.
Or even Quata. I think just some confidence, I guess, would be. It's not his fault. I was just saying. I wish he developed that in his game, which he probably could. I think that would work that a lot more, and we could see that in the near future.
What are you saying, Nathaniel?
I'll just give Mendy a solid 6.
All right, Josh.
I'll give him a 6.5. I tend to agree with you, Jim. Most of the time, he's a 7. I thought his distribution was a little off yesterday, but he did make a couple of nice saves, and the pen is what it is. I mean, penalties are very hard to save. It's that's why when that happens, it's such an emotional moment, like because they're so hard to save. But yeah, for me, I'll probably give him a 6.5 just for some of the ball distribution.
What about Antonio Rudiger? I think he had again a decent game. He's just important, isn't he? We need to get him tied down. Once we get these new owners, he has to be a part of this team. We can't let him go. For me, Rudiger is again probably I'll probably say a 7 again for Rudiger. I think that's just standard for Rudiger again. What about you, Declared?
Yeah, that last keyword just I don't think when Christensen went off, he had to keep it pretty solid back there. I think even Silva didn't have the best of games. Jorginho gave him that pass, put him under pressure. So yeah, Rudiger, I'll give him. I don't want to give too high. I don't think our defense was great last night, so I'll probably give him a 6 as well.
What are you saying, Nathaniel? What are you saying?
Rudiger deserves an 8 out of 10.
Okay, you thought he had that good of a game, yeah? He was that good.
Yeah, he was brilliant. He was one of the reasons why we actually pressed hard in the second half.
I thought he had a good game personally. I disagree with Declared. I thought he didn't. I don't think he was that bad. I think I think the defense are always pretty decent, to be fair, especially the center of it. So yeah, I hear that. I hear that. Josh, what are you saying?
Yeah, I'll give him a 7.5. I thought again. I agree with Jim. I thought it was good. Yeah, but I think Declare said it in his statement about Silva when he said, Jorginho gave him a pass and put him under pressure. I don't put that onto Silva. But yeah, I thought Rudiger was really solid yesterday. I'd give him a 7.5. He was good.
Fair enough. Thiago Silva. Look, I mean, I hear what Declared saying, but again, for me, I thought he was great. I always think he's great, especially in the first half. He made a number of blocks, especially I think of Burak Yilmaz's shot where it was going top corner. He was just in the right position. It hits his body, goes out for a corner. The coverings in the boxes as well. Every time, Chalobah may have been beaten, it was always Silva there and Rudiger as well. I think Thiago Silva he just doesn't have he always has 9s for me. Yesterday he wasn't a 9, but he's still an 8 for me. I just think he's that good. He's genuinely that important to this football club. So for me, I would say he was an 8. But what are you saying, Declare?
So yeah, Silva, similar to Rudiger. I mean, you guys just disagreed with me. Yeah, it was. I don't think it was I don't know. Like I said, I don't think defense had the best of games, and like I brought up the Jorginho back pass.
Yeah.
If they did all right, I'll give him probably 7. He did better than the rest, I guess.
Nathaniel, what are you saying?
I'm giving them an 8 as well, same as Rudiger.
Fair enough. Josh?
Yeah, I'll give him 7.5. I'll give him the same score as Rudiger as well. I think you said it. He made some important blocks in the first half, getting in the way of some shots outside the box. He's always solid. I think I get what Declare is saying because it felt like there was a lot of pressure on the defense early in the game. I put that down to the midfield though. So the fact that the defense, the back three sort of held strong and didn't give anything up, I think is a testament to them. So yeah, he gets a 7.5 from me. I thought he was solid.
Big up everyone in the chat as well, Katarina as well. Big up to Lee Bell as well. Let's get this likes up though, guys, because there's not enough likes. There's 61 likes. We should be on at least 75 by now. So if you haven't hit that like button, please do so. Smash the like button now. Subscribe if you're new as well, because I know road to 5K subscribers. We're not far away from it as well. But yeah, please subscribe to the channel. We move on swiftly, and we're going to talk about Krusty Christensen because he came off injured. He, again, always, I don't know what it was. I mean, he was walking comfortably when he was off the pitch, walking around. So, I don't know. I just think he's always got Barcelona in his head. And look, I thought he was a little bit shaky yesterday. I thought he was okay. He had like moments where he was just a little bit shaky. He gave free kick away outside the box as well, which is quite dangerous. And he just had moments, you know. I know people banging on about Chalobah and him, and what he did. All right, it led to the goal. But Christensen was having his moments as well. And I just feel that Christensen's overall game, and along with the fact that he found himself off the pitch, I would probably say a 5.5 for me personally. What are you saying, Josh?
Yeah, how long was he on the pitch for, Jim? Do you have the minute he came
30
off?
minutes or something like that?
30 minutes. Yeah.
Man, I'm tempted to give him an NA, but you're right that he did have the foul outside the box. This dude is made of glass, man. You guys love to run your mouths about Pulisic being injury prone. This dude misses more games than I care to count. I don't know how he's going to survive in Spain. He'll probably play 15 games next year for Barcelona. Yeah, I'll give him for me, average is 6. I'll give him a 5.5. Just he's only not on the pitch that long, and 5.5, I guess, is what I would give him.
He's just yeah. What are you saying, Nathaniel?
Yeah, 5 as well, man. This guy's weak. I want him out of our club, man. I want a defender that's actually strong, and actually he's not weak. Like the foul, he looked perfectly fine. He just looked like he faked it.
Dude is made of glass.
He's just thinking about Barcelona all the time, isn't he? That's what I genuinely think it is. Like every little pain he has, little pain in his body, he goes, "Oh no, I've got to come off." That's what I actually think he's like. Like genuinely, like you said, he's just like he's always got. He's like he's been more. I think he's been injured more than he's actually played this year. I'm not joking. He must have been injured about 8 times now this season.
Yeah, that's fair to say.
You know, the Danish Lindelof's a good one, Musa. I'll give you that. I like that. The Danish Lindelof. But even Lindelof's probably not as injury prone as him. Puts his legs are made of glass, is what Matty says as well. Smash the likes, is what Bex is saying. We saying, Declared?
Yeah. Josh hit it, the glass. He finds every excuse not to play. And, I mean, the same excuses that he uses to not play the game is the same ones I think he got subbed. He probably didn't even need to get subbed. But we have to give him a rating. You know what? I'll tell you, the sub actually saved him because he wasn't looking that good, and he was looking a bit up and not his. And if he played longer, he would look a lot worse. So the actual injury saved his blushes, I guess.
Fair enough.
I'll give him a 5.
Yeah, he was not good. And then we're going to go on to Chalobah. Now, don't get me wrong. I think people go a bit harsh on Chalobah because.
Agreed.
I do feel like people forget that this is his first season in the first team at Chelsea, and he's played a lot more games than maybe that he hasn't. When you think about that, he put Christensen on the bench when Christensen was fit, and then he got his injury and he came back, and his first game back was against Liverpool and Diaz. And this is serious. Luis Diaz is some class act there. Do you know what I mean? Like first game back, and then he gets thrown into another hard game at Newcastle where he's asked to play as a right back, which again is not his favourable position. And he doesn't have the most greatest of games, but he does a job. And then you've got to think about yesterday. He comes on the pitch again because Krusty's decided to give up, and the first attack falls down the left wing. And don't get me wrong. So one thing I'd say about Lille is that their wingers were quick. They would dribble. They had a bit about them. They would run at you. They weren't scared. And he got caught. Listen, he got caught. We gave the free kick away. It was sloppy. It happens. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is. But you can't condone. Like I think the whole penalty thing, Jorginho shouldn't have had his arm there anyway, personally. He shouldn't have had it there. He did. We got the penalty, is what it is. But after that, I thought he kicked on. I thought he got on with it and he kept his head up. And, he has his moments here and there and he looks a little bit dodgy with a header that's not Thiago Silva-esque because sometimes he rushes rather than thinks about before doing things, which I think, again, is all a learning curve. But it is a learning curve, and we need to understand that. It's all a learning curve for a player like him that's just playing in competitive football. But Ram, your guy Kanate was playing at was it before Leipzig? Was it Leipzig?
Yeah,
and he was starting with them next to Upper Meccano, wasn't it?
yeah. He barely was on the pitch. He's hurt all the time.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're comparing like it's chalk and cheese. Like this guy's been in one season. So for me, he didn't have a great game. Would I think he was like a 3? No, I don't. I think he was like I'd probably give him a 6. To be honest, is what I'll probably give him. But Josh, what would you say?
Yeah, no, listen, I agree wholeheartedly with that, Jim. I think this guy, I think he gets a really not bad rap, because people aren't always on his neck, but I think people sometimes don't understand, like, this guy wasn't even supposed to be here this year with the team. Like, and the fact that he's been here and played as much as he had, and for the most part, been pretty damn solid, especially earlier in the season when he was playing basically every game. He got injured, missed a few weeks, worked his way back. Like you said, played right back a game, not his position. I like Chalobah. I think he's exceeded my expectations for him by a mile this year. The foul yesterday, it's tough. He's on the pitch for like 30 seconds and they go right at him. He didn't really have any warm up, but it's not a great foul. But yeah, I like Chalobah. I think he's been good. I don't think he's ever going to be like a nailed on number 1, but he's great to have in the squad. And again, he's exceeded expectations for the most part. Again, average for me is 6. I think when he actually got in the flow of the game was slightly above average. So I'll give him a 6.5 for his overall game.
It's the fact that people are not like a thing you said here, Gary said here, is that people are not willing to give like guys the opportunity to learn the trade. Like, you know what I mean? He's playing at the highest level right now in the Champions League for his first time ever. Like,
yeah, they make it sound like he's like a 10-year veteran and these are the mistakes he's still making. It's like he's just literally not even.
Don't get me wrong. He does frustrate me when he does make the silly pass or he makes wrong. But then I think to myself, like, you got to do better, Chalobah, but you need to learn from it. Like he does need to learn from certain situations. Don't get me wrong, but he's allowed to have that moment. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, it's potential there. It's potential.
Yeah, exactly. What are you saying, Nathaniel?
No, I was just gonna say, it's potential. Chalobah, the best games. He loves a pull the shirt, but I'll give him a 6.5. He had a decent game, and he's young as well, so got to give him time.
Declared?
Yeah, if he's young, but we're just going to talk about the game, yes, because I mean the last few games the only issue that he has now is just some silly fouls, and that could be crucial. And but he did have a not bad game, so I'll give him something like 5. No, I gave Christensen 5, so I got to give him 6. Sorry.
Chalobah was a 7 for Matty. He says the apprentice is what he accused him. Kai Bellion says people think he's going to be a Thiago Silva. He's young, he's learning, and the job give him time. He's got potential. Frisky Felix says it bothers me heap that Josh's cam is off to the side like that. What is the deal, bro? I don't get what's wrong with that. What's wrong with that?
It's my phone, you dummies. I got it posted up. It's not a webcam or anything.
All right, let's get through this quickly because it's going to take us a bit of time. Let's move into the midfield, yeah? I want to start with Jorginho because he did give the penalty away, but then at the same time, he created that great pass into Christian Pulisic, which led to a great finish. And listen, I don't think Jorginho had the greats the first half. I think he had dwelled on the ball too much. He didn't move the ball quick enough. He was looking sideways and backwards again. But when he does make that forward pass, which I wish he'd make more often, it works better for him and obviously for him, but it also works better for our forward line because when they're making them runs, they can now start seeing that they're going to get the ball and it's going to be fed into him. And with Jorginho, I feel like he has the ability to make that pass. Sometimes I feel like he's always thinking about the easy option or to control the game. I want you to just keep controlling the game. I want you to be progressive. I want you to be more direct. And yesterday, I don't think he had a great game. I don't think he was absolutely poo, but the first half wasn't great. So for me, I would probably say he was a 5.5, 6 maybe again for me for Jorginho. I don't think it was a Jorginho-esque performance. But Josh, what do you think?
Yeah, but this is this is going to be unpopular. I think this guy, the last 2 games, has saved 2 complete stinkers with an assist.
Yeah.
He was a drill cone in the first half, man. They were running circles around this dude. The pass, like you said, it's a beautiful pass, really well placed. But aside from that, man, it was not good for me. I wanted him off at halftime. I was ready for Mason to come on at half for Jorginho. I was a little surprised Kovacic was the one that was subbed off. But for me, yeah, I would have given him a 5.5. I'll give him an extra point for the assist. So I'll give him a 6.5 and a slightly better second half. But yeah, this guy has covered up 2 really poor games with an assist in both those games. So I'll give him a 6.5 for the overall game. But yeah, this guy. If you want to beat Chelsea, target this man.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the key.
When I'm sitting here talking about previews like I did yesterday, and people saying Jorginho will play, and I say I don't think he should because he will get overrun. And people go, yeah, but I say he will get overrun against teams that have got a bit of pace, that are going to run at you, that have got the ability to drag you around. He's not the best player. He's a very limited player in terms of certain games, and you can play him in certain games, and he's perfect for it. But he's not a player that, for me, that can play in every single game.
Not gonna lie,
because teams are different, But what are you saying, Nathaniel? Gone.
Can't have Jorginho playing for another season for Chelsea. It's just like Alonso. I can't have these guys playing another season. I'm done. The amount of times Jorginho gets the ball away, he turns around, puts his head up in the sky, wants everybody to feel sorry for him. He doesn't even run back to track back. The guy can't run properly. I want Declan Rice. I want anybody. I don't care what owner we get in. They have to get a new midfielder in. They have to get a new midfielder in because Jorginho, I'm tired. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm tired. He has to bench maybe, or he has to go because he's a liability for us in the midfield, and that's just facts.
I agree. He's not a typical DM, and I think the way that we leave him on his own sometimes and expect him to cover well is really weird because when you look at we play the 4-1-4-1 sometimes and Kante is a bit further ahead and not next to him, just look very vulnerable on the break every time. Like he just doesn't have the, even when he tackles, he looks awkward. He tries to tackle, he just looks awkward because he's just not his game, I guess. But Declared, what are you saying?
Yeah, my statement residence with Josh is he has bad games and then it's the yin and yang almost. He saves it 1 assist, but the funniest thing out of all, I still think he was the best midfielder out of the 3 that were on. And that's the irony about it. I think that says a lot. So I would give Jorginho more props because we talk about individual brilliance and his passes for the last 2 games, like Josh mentioned, have been deciding. It has been a little bit of brilliance and has been the turning points. So that's all. That's why I give him props. He lacks in a whole bunch of different areas, but that one pass is what you're waiting for, and I hope he does it more.
Do it enough though. No, see, he's done it in the last.
That's what I meant. I want him to do it more. I don't know what it is. I don't know if he's given. It's almost like when he starts the game, given a certain role, maybe a deeper, maybe to play shorter passes, and then once we need a goal or once we're chasing, then he gets a bit more forward. He gets to do more attacking passes. It almost feels like that. I don't know if that's the case though.
I feel that what Bex is saying here about Kovacic should be a now starter. I feel like at the 3 at the moment, he's like at the back. It's like Tuchel just keeps taking him off, like don't play him. And I just
it's
is he not fit?
I don't really.
I didn't think he was going to get taken off.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We're going to get to Kovacic in a second, but I don't think I think you get a better Kovacic when you just play him in the 2. Like you play 100%. You play him in all 3 altogether. All 3 of them are ineffective. Like it's not just one or the other. It's all 3 of them.
Apparently, he was injured.
It's almost like in a 3, he doesn't quite know where he fits.
Yeah.
So there was a play yesterday where like there's a ball rolling kind of in the open field, and Jorginho starts to run for it, and then he realizes like, oh, there's no chance I'm getting to this. And Kovacic was sort of standing there waiting for him to get there, and when he realized he was pulling off, he's like, Kovacic's like, oh fuck, and he just runs, and Kovacic gets it and takes it, dribbles past like 3 guys, and goes. Yeah. And I'm looking at Jorginho like, what the fuck are you doing? Like he was literally just about to let the ball go right back to the defender. He was like, there's no way I'm getting there. And Kovacic is probably further away from the ball than he was. Is like bursts to the ball, picks it up, takes it on, and it's like I just don't quite think he knows where he fits when there's the three of them are playing, because you're almost asking him to play.
What happens is, and you saw it in the free yesterday, is that the position that Jorginho was finding himself further up the pitch when we had the ball is where Kovacic usually is, and he was asking Kovacic to play off the left. And that's what, if you watch closely, especially in the first time, every time Jorginho got the ball and he got a bit of pressure when he was close to the box, he lost it, because it's just not his game to be there to try and, like, do you know what I mean? And he hasn't got the ability to do what Kovacic does, which is go, right, someone's come at me, let me just dribble around him and pull it. You saw that dribble yesterday where he went through two players like nothing and he was through. Do you know what I mean? He opened up the play. So Kante, look, I don't think he had the greatest first half. I don't. I think he was wasting with the ball again. He was running around a bit like a headless chicken in the first half, and it was just a little bit of a weird performance. But he came out the second half once we played the two and brought Mason Mount on, who played a bit further up off the left. Just looked better. He just had a better overall performance, and he was controlling the midfield more in the way that I saw it. Do I think Jorginho was better than him? No, I don't personally. I think he was still better than Jorginho, but not by much. But at the end of the day, Jorginho created the goal. So maybe you could say that they're both the same, actually, really, in many instances. But for me, if you look at N'Golo Kante's performance overall, it wasn't shit, but it wasn't, oh my God, the N'Golo Kante Champions League performance last year. It was just, he'd done the job. He was better in the second half once we sorted the formation out. First half, he seemed a little bit lost. So I'd give him a 6.5 probably for Kante. What are you saying, Josh?
I love this guy, man. I don't know. It's so hard for me to give him ratings, just because he's just an incredible. I love N'Golo Kante.
We all do.
Like when I hear people after the game being like, "We need to really start having conversations." Is N'Golo Kante done? What does he offer Chelsea? It's like I sometimes wonder like what people watch when they watch games. Like or they see, like, they take one play out of the game and they're like, oh my God, and then they judge his whole game on like one or two possessions. It's like, listen, it wasn't his best performance by any means, but I think when we play the 3-5-2, I wasn't expecting much anyway, to be honest with you. I gave Jorginho 6.5 for the assist. I'll give N'Golo Kante a 6.5 for his whole game. I'm tempted to give him a 7 for the second half, but I'll give him a 6.5 just to feel a bit unbiased. But this guy, for me, just like you said, Mendy is like a pinned down 7 most games. Like N'Golo for me is like when his worst game is a 7. I'll give him a 6.5.
He has been out of form for a little bit, Kante.
Yeah, see, people say that, but I don't necessarily know that that's true. Like, this guy is there to break up play, like, be in the right spot defensively, win balls back. Like, yeah, he may give it away occasionally, but he generally wins it back instantly. Like, it's tough for me, man. I don't. This guy, it's impossible for me to say anything bad about him. I just can't. 6.5 for me with N'Golo Kante is about the worst score I'll probably ever give the guy. So I'll give him a 6.5. I don't think he was worse than Jorginho.
Fair enough. Nathaniel?
I think you guys are being very harsh on Kante. I think first half he wasn't the best, but he wasn't the worst, and he had a decent performance in the first half. I think in the second half it actually helped him because Mount came on and he was in the free attack, so that meant Jorginho and Kante were just together in the 2. And the 2, Kante plays better than in the 3. So I think Kante played better in the second half. But overall, I'd give him a 7 because he was non-stop playing those balls forward to Havertz, put a second Mount, and he played well. So I don't know what the criticism is for him.
Yeah, I don't disagree with Nathaniel, to be honest with you. I could have easily given him a 7. I agree with what you said, but I'll let my score stand just to be unbiased. But I don't disagree with the word you said.
So T1, just quickly before we go to Claire, says, big up, thanks for your donation, bro. As always, he says, would y'all take Pogba on a free transfer?
Yes.
Short, quick answer of that one for me is yes as well. Yep. Short, quick answer, Nathaniel.
Of course, I'll take him.
Yeah, declared.
Yep.
There you go. So yes, free. If you've got 4 yeses there, mate, is the answer to that one. I would. If it was free, I'll take him 100%. Declared. N'Golo Kante.
Yep. Man, he had a poor game for me, but he hasn't been himself. I mean, he got there were some bad tackles. He got dribbled past when I never thought he'd get dribbled past. I don't think he was himself yesterday.
Anyone gets dribbled.
Sorry?
Every single player's been dribbled past. It's not like it's not normal to get dribbled past.
In fairness to Claire,
yeah,
he did when the guy went past him, he did pull him down immediately. So they didn't really go by him. He just
yes, thanks. I mean, he's got a reputation to uphold, yeah.
Yeah, so, you don't just run by and go Conte.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think Josh was right. This has probably been one of his worst games and worst games. And maybe it had something to do with the three in the middle, because I think his role was to be a bit more advanced than the other two, or Kovacic, or take turns. I'm not even sure. It was a bit jumbled up, and I couldn't even make up whose role was what at the time. But it did look like maybe they took turns, because Kante did look a little lost to me, and it confused me. So if I'm going to give him some rating, I have to give him like a 6 or something.
I don't know what game you're watching, but Kante looked completely fine. And people in the chat will agree with me. They're completely fine in the game. They played well.
We need to or something. Let's move, guys, because we've still got so many, and I still need to open up the lines as well. I need to speed up slightly. Mateo Kovacic got taken off in the second half. Again, was kind of really ineffective in the first, but then had these moments where he looks like Kovacic, but wasn't full Kovacic, vintage Kovacic. So I'll keep it short and sweet. I'll probably say he was a 5.5, 6, based on them just playing, only for a half. What are you saying?
Yeah, I'll give him a flat 6 average for me. Not really his fault. There's a reason he's playing. Jem, you mentioned him being deep left. There's a glaring reason why he was over there on the left-hand side. And we'll get to that Wylad in a little bit, I'll give him an average 6.
Okay, Nathaniel?
Yeah, 6 as well.
What are you saying, Declan?
Yeah, there was a few moments that he did all right. Probably, I was actually surprised that he got taken off because he hasn't played. It's not like he needed the rest or anything. So maybe he could be carrying something, which affected his game a bit too. But yeah, he was carrying more of the ball. He did all right to me. But like I said, I think they were all kind of a little bit average for that game. 6 as well. You guys.
All right. Cool. So I want to talk about the wing backs quickly. We'll start with Cesar Azpilicueta. Got a great finish with his knee. Overall, I thought he had a decent game as well. Aspi, I don't think he's great in that wing back position. He allows us to play that 3-4-3, because he can do a job. He can get forward. He can get back. For me, he led by example, and he arrived in the right area at the right time. So for me, I'd give him, an 8 or an 8.5 for me for Aspi. What are you saying, Josh?
Yeah, he gets an 8 for me. He was very active again in that role. Beautiful arrival in the box. Great finish. It's an 8 for me.
Nathaniel?
Well, I was going to give him a 7, but due to the goal, the winner, I'll give him an 8. He was solid defensively and going forwards. Yeah, hit his knee, but it's still winning. The goal's a goal. So I'm happy overall.
Good finish with the knee, to be fair. That's hard to do, Declared.
Yeah, he was probably one of our most solid players, and a goal too. And the goal was pretty great. So it's good that he was there in the position. So I'll be with you guys. Give him an 8.
Cool. What about this guy? Because it's got to the point now where I know, again, he allows us to play the 3 at the back, but I said on social media yesterday, I said, only Marcus Alonso could get skinned the way he did in that corner in a tight area and put on his back nearly in that style. Like he makes things look so awkward. He can't tackle. He's so easy to pass by. He's just so, for me, he's just done. That's the word. 31 years old. He's done. We don't like. If we go into next season with him in our team still, I know some people say, but he's not a bad backup. He has to be a second or third, maybe even a third backup option. We need to have another 2 decent players in front of him. He can't be playing game in, game out like he has done because Chilwell's injured. He was getting roasted down that wing, and it was, I'm not going to lie, it's pretty embarrassing as a Chelsea fan to watch him sometimes in the way that he plays and say he actually plays for Chelsea. I do not like the guy whatsoever. He's useless. For me, he's a 3. Josh?
Yeah, this is the worst defender I've ever seen at the club. He's horrendous defensively. We all know that. He got lost in the box 2 or 3 times. The one good thing he's supposed to be good at are free kicks and corners, and he hit the first man every time yesterday. Yeah, everybody, there's a reason Mason Mount went to the left when he came on, and that was purely to protect Alonso. He's atrocious. He gets a 4 for me.
What are you saying, Nathaniel?
Marcus, Jeremiah, Olusegun, Alonso. It's awful. He's got to leave. He's the worst player I've ever seen. And watching his free kicks, his corners, everybody was saying, I mean, all the players, they weren't even surprised when they hit the first man, when he got skinned. No one was surprised. You can see Rudiger was annoyed with him. What was it called? The last minute, when it was like the last free kick of the game, it was right close to the edge of the box. Ziyech should have taken it. Mount should have taken it. They made Alonso take it, and when he slid it, no one was surprised. Alonso, if I see him play for Chelsea next season, I'll be so upset. He's not a backup. He's not anything. He should play in League One. Marcus Alonso offers nothing. I mean, he can get a -5 because the guy's awful, man.
Yeah. Declared?
I keep laughing, so. Alonso was okay for Alonso, if that makes sense.
Really?
I mean, like, I'm not expecting a lot from...
No, I don't hear that.
Okay, I'm talking now, Nathaniel. Yeah, I mean, you like to give two-word comments and then talk when everyone else talks.
No. Trash. He's trash.
Come on, Declare, because I've got to speed up. Go.
Yeah. So I was saying Alonso was okay for Alonso because he is, we expect him to be not that great. And he was pegged back for most of the game. I mean, I like when he's at forward and he can finish some chances. That's the only thing he's probably really good at. But he was pegged that whole game, and he was a bit ineffective as well. But to me, that's Alonso. So I wasn't surprised. They give him flat rate average 5 out of 10, I guess.
You always give Thomas Tuchel quick rating. It's always a 10 out of 10. This guy is unreal for everything that he's done up to now. The way he's handling the media, the shit that's going on at our football club, even being able to still pull out wins even though we ain't playing great, making the right decisions. The way he celebrated yesterday with the fans, heroic, man. He's to even link him to Man United, and that's why I laughed at him. Oh, he wants to listen to it. Just made me laugh. Like, this guy is going fucking nowhere, man. Use all you rivals and all you weird journalists or medias out there that come out with so much shit. It actually winds me up. Stop talking out your fucking asses. The guy doesn't want to go anywhere. He's Chelsea, mate. He's Chelsea forever. He said he loves this club. He loves this club a lot more than I think he does with others. He's looking at the moment, and he's going to be at Chelsea for a long time, providing our new owners keep providing him with backup and allow him to build the project. And he's the man we need to build around. He's the key to Chelsea Football Club, and he is everything for me. Like, at the moment, he's that good. I mean, Josh, what do you want to say quickly about it?
I know, it's just funny, man. I love people like, we don't even have an owner, and United are way, way, way more of a disaster than we are. That roster sucks. There's no way on this green earth that man would ever go to Manchester United. But it's always funny for me too. Whenever people say that, I just laugh as well.
Yeah, I hear you, Nathaniel. Tuchel, how much do you love Tuchel?
I love Tuchel. I'm generally being honest now. I love Tuchel actually so much. He's right my favorite managers all time. I'd say for me, obviously Mourinho is my favorite ever manager, but Thomas Tuchel is second, and he's right up there because the way he speaks, the way his passion for the club, and we're in such deep waters right now that all the owner issue, and this guy doesn't care. He said we're going to fight through freaking thin. That's proper champion level manager, and he gave us Champions League. So yeah, I'm impressed with him. And listen, nobody realizes we're only 10 points off Man City with a game in hand. 11 points off Man City with a game in hand, which can go 8 points. I'm not saying we can win the league still, but imagine if we move. No. I'm saying imagine if we had James. I'm saying imagine if we had James and Chilwell not injured. We would be right at the top. I don't care what anyone says. And if Man City and Liverpool lose one game, and if we win a lot of games this rest of the season, I think we'll be right then.
he got it wrong tactically in the first half, but then he sorted out in the second, and we drew in the first half, even though we were that bad. And he kind of admitted himself that he got it a little bit wrong. Second half, he sorted it out. I'm not gonna screw him. The man's doing 10-hour journeys with the squad at the moment from one game to another. Like he is the man. Declared quickly on Thomas Tuchel.
Thomas Tuchel, yeah, easy 10 out of 10. I mean, it's not even about the game. It's everything that's happening outside the game, and the way he's coped that and his answers, and it's been perfect, and it's great, and everyone's attacking, and it's great to hear him respond, and you just pick up. We can use his points. Everyone can talk like him, everything he says, and just move on, and it's perfect. Yeah. And Man United should want him. Every club should be making up rumours. Yeah. They should all make up rumours that he's going to go to their club because that's how good he is.
I hear you. Mason Mount came on in the second half. I thought we had an overall decent performance. It wasn't a bad performance for Mason Mount. Got stuck in, helped Alonso as much as he could get him back, how diabolical he is. Made the goal for Azpilicueta in the second half. Great cross from him to the back post onto Aspi's knee. For Mason Mount, as much as slander that he has been given and coming on, we look better with him on the pitch, I'd say. And I'd give him a 7 on that one. Josh, what are you saying?
Yeah, same for me. I'll give him a 7.5. The cross was absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. 7's great.
With Nathaniel?
Yeah, Mason Mount, he played well. Not that he didn't play that good. He did make some few mistakes, but I'll give him a 7. Brilliant passing with his left foot to Azpilicueta. I can't pardon him for that. So yeah, 7 out of
10. Declare?
Yeah, one of his better games of late. And the big prop is the great pass for the assist. So yeah, I'll agree with everyone. 7 as well. And I hope he keeps playing like this too because he hasn't been that great.
All right, Kai Havertz. Now, look, I think Kai Havertz has been immense, and I think we can all agree that he still is immense. He's still important to the way we play. But yesterday, he struggled in the first half, not only on his own fault. I just think the system wasn't set up in the right way for him to even get involved. But he came deep. He got stuck in. He tried to link the play. Still tried to do bits. But second half, made decent runs off the ball, linked the play well with him and Pulisic. Didn't get on the end of the on the scoreline this time, but that's fine because Kai Havertz still shows why he's so important for this team. And for me, again, wasn't his greatest performance. Don't get me wrong, he wasn't heavily involved across the game yesterday, but I'm cool with that. It's not a problem for me. Kai Havertz will always be a 6.5, 7. I'll probably say 7 to be honest, or more, should I say? So. Yeah, big up to him. Johnny says 8 out of 10. Mount the fucking glue, the minerals to change, the game changer. 100 goal assist senior level at 23 generational is what Johnny's saying on that one. Big up to Johnny. But Kai Havertz for me was a 6.5, I'd say, yesterday. Josh, what are you saying?
Yeah, 7 for me too. His overall game was very good. Link up play and all that was great.
Fair enough. Nathaniel? Nathaniel, you there?
Yeah, sorry. So to get some grapes, but yeah, Kai Havertz, listen, he's generational. He's our next future captain, Kai Havertz. He's young, and he's our star boy. He's our banner boy. He should be the face of Chelsea. He should have that statue outside of Stamford Bridge. His face, like I've seen Mount's face on the outside of Stamford Bridge. It should be Havertz. This guy's a proper star boy for Chelsea, and for me, I'll give him a 7.5 out of 10.
Guys, we're 6 likes away from 100 likes. We should be on that already. Over 160 of you here. Smash that like button. Let's get this over 100 now, please. If you can do that, subscribe as well. Subscribe to the channel. On the road to 4.8k subscribers. So let's close that gap to that as well if you haven't subscribed already. Declared, what are you saying?
Yeah, I'm going to give Havertz probably a little bit more props because, when he was top front, he was a bit isolated up there. And he did work hard to try to make something happen. Didn't get involved a lot, but he did work real hard, and then it got a bit better when Mount came on. So I think that was missing. I'll give him like an 8, just for he just worked really hard and he didn't. You know what? I'm gonna use one of he didn't get service or something. We can use that along the lines. But he did work hard and he was isolated. So I see those points again.
But he still makes things happen for himself, tries to anyway, doesn't he? He tries to get involved, which is important. But
it was a tongue-in-cheek, that last one, Jim.
Yeah, I saw that. Look, we're going to put the link in the chat for you guys. Romelu Lukaku did come on the pitch as well. I know Nathaniel will want to us to. If I ignore him, you'll go, you got to be a bias against him. You're not talking about him. Look, he came on. He had a chance to score. He cut inside nicely on his right foot and got taken out outside the box. Did he do much more than that? He tried to offer an option in runs, but I did see it was enough time for him to really rate him, is what I would say, to be honest with you. It's quite hard to even give him a rating. I don't know. What do you want to say? 5?
No, give him a 6.
Actually,
give him a 7. Give him a 7 because he was through and goal and he got taken out. Should have been a red card.
A 7,
so yeah, give him a 7.
Come on.
Please a 7.
There's nowhere near a 7. I'll give him a 5, but a 7 is just being biased. I mean, declared.
He should be an NA. He didn't do nothing. He didn't spend a lot of time.
Is that he
wasn't there. It was just,
give him an NA.
Hey, shut up.
Give him an NA then.
Yeah, you give him 7, 8s and whatever you want, bro. He was NA. He was missing. It wasn't available. That's what it was. No rating. He didn't play enough. He didn't do enough. He didn't play enough. His presence wasn't enough, I guess, which you guys rate. He's a ghost.
Fair enough. I gave him a 5, so at least I give him something. Can't say that I'm holding bias this year. I've said something. With Declared to give him an NA, which is fair enough to Declared. I mean,
you are biased.
Trying not to be biased. I'm not biased on our players because they're our players, but it is what it is. Showtime, what you saying?
Yeah, big up, guy. Big up, Jamie boy. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. How you doing?
I'm well. I can't complain.
Good.
All is well. We won yesterday. We didn't draw. We didn't sit back and wait for a draw. We went out and won the match. Unlike
big up Showtime, man.
Big up you too,
your approach was conservative, yeah?
Was it what conservative in your eyes? When we won the match, conservative.
Playing 3-5. 3-5-2.
Decline.
The clean sheet was more important. That's what my point.
We won, bro. You didn't take your approach and wait and sit back and get a draw. We wanted to win.
Decline.
No, I didn't say sit back, yeah? You made that
up. You said sit back and draw. You wanted to draw.
No, I said control the game.
Showtime, come on. What talk about the game. Come on.
Yeah, the game was lovely. I mean, look, we didn't play. The first half wasn't nice. It wasn't us. But it comes with the formation. It comes with the change in tactics.
Yeah, shit, we forgot about Pulisic.
Man of the match.
Man of the match.
Pulley, I think we're all saying it together. Pulley was definitely man of the match for me. 100%.
Man of the match for me.
He's 8.5 for me. A great finish in that first half. Pulley's hopefully trying to find form, more consistency in his game. Yeah, for me, 8.5. I don't know how everyone else is saying.
Yeah,
I'll give him the same thing, Jim. 8.5, man of the match, just slightly higher than Asby.
Yeah, and he works really hard as well defensively.
Fair enough. Yeah, Showtime. What are you saying?
Yeah, like I was saying, it was a good win. I wanted to win. As long as we won, I'm happy. Kai Havertz, he played an okay game. Solidly. I don't know. Christensen, I think he's so focused on his leaving or his next contract that every little thing, every knock is an injury to him, that he doesn't want to continue to fight through his knocks. It's a problem for me. I think he needs to get out that mindset because we may end up keeping him when a new owner comes in. But yeah, all around, I'm pleased. We're on to the next round, baby. We're on to the final 8. Let's get it. You ready? No.
Well, we are doing a Champions League live draw show on top of the. We'll do that, then we'll talk about the who we got, and then on.
I'll be there.
Yeah. Also, what we'll do after that is talk about the deadline day for the owners because the bids will be coming thick and fast tomorrow. We'll probably hear more in terms of news of late bids and things. So quite a long show tomorrow. I think this should be
all your money, baby. All your money.
Yeah,
exactly. So there's a lot going on tomorrow in terms of Chelsea.
Just a side note.
What?
F1 is back, and Lewis Hamilton's going to get an 8th championship, man.
We hope so. They've got a bit of problems with the Mercedes car at the moment, but they always say that and end up sorting it out. So we'll see what happens with that. But Rodrigo, what are you saying?
Yeah, all good. Yeah, well, I thought it was a good game. The first half was. I know what Tuchel was trying to do in the first half. Stay compact. We didn't really need to exert ourselves. Keeping 0-0. That was probably the idea. Keep 0-0 for as long as possible. And I feel like obviously these 3 men in midfield doesn't work because If you don't have Chilwell or James to provide you the width, you be too central. Even a commentator was saying we kept going through the middle, and Lille just flooded the middle, so we couldn't do anything. And then what also frustrated me is Havertz and Pulisic. They kept playing in the same space. You will notice Pulisic and Havertz both pulling into those half spaces, and then I think the idea when you play with 2-3-5 is that the two up front need to split up as wide as possible, so that pull the center back to follow either attackers. But what I felt like Havertz and Pulisic. So if Pulisic is on the left, Havertz will probably be like 5 meters away from him on the left as well, and then that really didn't create much space, or that it was just a mess. And then at times when Havertz was isolated, Pulisic was way too far. I mean, he was, and I feel like when Mount came in, Mount really changed the game.
But you know why though, didn't you?
He brought balance.
You know why though, didn't you, Rodrigo? You know why
Yeah.
that was an issue for us? It's because of the way we set up with the three in the middle. It was very hard to get the ball up to pitch to them.
Yeah, because Jem, those three in the middle, if they were comfortable playing in a wide areas, there was times where Kovacic was trying to hold the width and go wide, but it's not his game. Or Kante, it's not their game. They're not really comfortable going
Wait, is that an
way
excuse?
too far
What's
out
that?
in wide areas. And yeah, that
Jen,
was.
did you just give an excuse?
Yeah,
Huh?
it wasn't really great. And Alonso need to go. I'm done. Alonso is giving me that. If Ivanovic in his last season, I think that vibe. It's just like it's time to go, man. Just retire, do something, just leave. All right.
Go to the
Big up
MLS.
Devin. Big up
All right.
Devin. Big up Devin. All right, fair enough,
cool.
Rodrigo. Nick Blue, what you saying?
Yeah, welcome, chaps and everyone. Yeah, it wasn't a great game, and talk about Alonso being very bad. It wasn't Alonso being bad; it was Leo being very good. That what's his name? That winger they have, I forgot his name. He was too much for Alonso. Alonso,
Bamba.
yeah,
Bamba.
he was
You want
very
to
good,
Bamba.
and he showed how they can play in their ground. He
Whoa,
showed
whoa, come on, man.
Let me talk. Why everyone interrupts me when I talk? I don't understand it. I think it's anyway. Yeah, and the we had too many midfielders. That's what he showed a lot. That's why he took one off. He took Kovacic off and brought Mount, because we can't play with Jorginho, Kante, and Kovacic. That doesn't work. We tried it before, it didn't work, and it won't work. So yeah, when Mount came on, he changed a bit. And, we got the goals, what mattered. Professional display. We got the win. And that's, I was in no doubt about the win, even when they got the penalty, which was a penalty. But Jorginho made up with that brilliant pass to Kovacic, to Pulisic. So a great goal by Pulisic. But I must mention that because for me, he was man of the match. He was everywhere, for his age. To go up and down that pitch shows what a leader he is, and I hope he stays another year for us. And one more thing before I go. One more thing is, tomorrow is the deadline where the official bids come in. So I'm praying it's going to be the Saudi Arabians, because they sound better than everyone else. I don't want these rickets and all that rubbish. Tottenham supporters, whatever. And tomorrow I'll be at the bridge anyway, because I'm going for Peter Benetti's testimonial. And I'll be there at 3:30 after he finishes 3:15. So if anyone wants to come along and show your colours, come along, I'll be there. Tomorrow, 3:30 at the bridge.
No worries,
Just to
you
mention.
heard it. You heard it, guys.
Yep.
Testimonial tomorrow, protest potentially as well. You could all head down there.
What? Protest tomorrow? Okay, I might go down there.
You better be there. As a father, you better be there.
I might go down there. Wait,
yeah,
protest, yeah?
I might come down as well. What time is it? 3:30.
3:30, because the memorial finishes 3:15, so we'll be out of the ground by then. So I said 3:30 is a good time to meet.
Okay, I might have a think about it tomorrow.
Now, think about it. Be there. Yeah, get Jordy as well.
Yeah, be there and stream it for us.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone like
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can fly over from down under, Declare.
Well, it's
Yeah, we'll stream it. I'll start a little protest here in some cafeteria.
Pulisic just got more
We want
goals
to
than Hazard for
he's
Chelsea.
not joking, laughing about it, but he's serious.
Yeah.
We just have to show our colours and show what Chelsea means to us all.
Live stream it,
we
Jem.
all love. You should come and stream it.
Yeah, you never know. Some Bundes might show up.
Oh, what
It's not a funny matter.
Wait. What are you on about?
Oh, the Prime come alive when you open.
Prime come alive.
No, because he mentioned my name.
He's a true Chelsea boy. I know Prime.
I did not, Prime. I say some Bundes might turn
get
up.
Monster to be up there as well.
Well, Fator, do you want me to expose what you've been saying? Or... Right, cool.
What are you saying, Prime, anyway, about the game? Tell us.
I thought that, I don't know, when the lineup came out and stuff, I thought the game plan would be just, I guess, control possession and stink out the game. The midfield didn't really work that way.
Such a sick picture.
That's a good picture. The midfield didn't really work that way. Is that partly also due to the fact of our lack of quality wing backs on the field? Partly, yes. But, players like Pulisic and Aspie having that clutch gene to take us through. We won the game. That's all that matters. How we played, it wasn't the best performance, but from this stage now, getting through the game is all that matters to me. I think if we're going to retain the CL and we're serious about doing that, Kante and Jorginho need to start performing better. I think they've been a bit by the standards that we know that they can perform to and they've set. I think they've been performing average, particularly Kante, and he's going to be important to us if we're serious.
What do you mean, Kante?
No, listen.
Can I finish?
Let him finish, guys.
I'm talking about to his lofty standard, and maybe again that will be raised when we enter the final stages and we start playing bigger teams in the quarterfinal, semi, and whatever. That's fair enough. But if we're serious about retaining the CL, Kante is going to be one of our most important players, and we need him to perform to that level that we know he's on. We're going to need it from Jorginho, and Kovacic has been performing to it all season when he's been fit anyway. Because our midfield, we know on their day, they can match up to any other in Europe. And our midfield is going to be the most important part. We can't play against Real Madrid and get played off the park by Modric, Cruz, and Casemiro. We can't play up against Liverpool and get played off the park by Fabinho.
That's not going to happen, though. It didn't happen last time. Last year.
I know. And that's my point of last year. They played to that world-class level last year. We need the same thing this year.
Yeah, but Modric.
We need the same thing this year if we're serious about retaining the CL. I'm not saying
Kante looks like that because of
if we're being prime. If we're being honest, the only teams that beat us in Champions League are Real Madrid and Bayern Munich.
I'm not saying Kante is being terrible. By the way, the point is to the level that we know he's at. That's not what I said. To the level that he's at, especially in those big games, he hasn't been performing to that level consistently this season. We're going to need that if we're serious about retaining this Champions League.
So do you realize the only teams that beat us in the Champions League?
Who else is trying to?
The only teams that beat us in the Champions League right now.
Who else is trying to speak? Who else is trying? No, because someone else is trying to speak instead of you. Who else is trying to speak instead of you?
I'm actually answering to you.
Who else? No, but someone else is trying to speak and answer, and they're actually speaking. Who else is?
I think Nathaniel's got a great record of interrupting everyone in here.
Yeah.
And then when Jem gives him his turn to talk, he only says 2 words. Have a bit of a better opinion when it's your turn.
Is it Showtime trying to speak? Sorry, what were you trying to say, bro?
Yeah, I said tell Jorginho to up his game so Kante doesn't have to look so poor. Kante
but I mentioned
because Jorginho's playing next to him and giving away the ball.
I also mentioned Jorginho as well.
Yeah, but I'm saying you're saying Kante has been Kante is only poor when he has to do 3 times the work to cover up for Jorginho.
Bro, I also, bro, again,
That's his job, isn't it, Shato?
bro, I also spoke about Jorginho.
His job is to be the best midfielder in the world, not to be Jorginho's babysitter.
Yeah, but that's why he's the best midfielder in the world, because he can cover so much ground.
Showtime. I also spoke about Jorginho. Our midfield needs to be performing at its very best.
Yeah, that's
okay,
what I'm
cool.
saying. I'm saying
now that I can finally speak. Now that I can finally.
I'm hearing your point on N'Golo Kante, but I'm trying to tell you the primary reason why N'Golo has to look so like poor in your eyes is because he has to do 3 times the work for Jorginho and himself.
Prime said that Jorginho and Kante needs to be performing at the best time.
Showtime. My point also applies for Jorginho. So what you're trying to do to reply, it also applies to Jorginho, who I've also mentioned. If we're serious about retaining,
Kante wasn't bad. He wasn't even bad.
If we're serious about retaining,
can I actually speak? Can I actually speak?
Let me just, because you're going back.
We need them all to be performing to the top level.
Yeah, one second. Let me just read this tweet. It's understood preferred bidders will have experience of owning major sports teams, which gives an advantage to the 3 Americans. Alongside this, personalities will be taken into account. There is uncertainty around Saudi media's potential ties to the Saudi PIF. I don't really. I just feel like
we are.
Jem, can I speak?
If the British government wants Saudi oil, they're gonna have to give this to.
No, but I just feel like they're waffling all the time. These media.
I think Jem, who's saying that that's the preference? Because my understanding was that Roman still gets to choose, and
Roman.
And the Rain Group have to make sure the money hasn't gone to Roman.
Roman doesn't get a choice. Doesn't get anything.
No, he has to say.
Prime said
there's been other.
Said that Jorginho
pretty sure in the other tweets he said that Roman gets to choose.
Said that Jorginho and Kante have to be performing at their best for us to win Champions League again. I don't think that's true because the only teams that beat us right now, if we're honest,
didn't PSY say the
same? I'm talking about Chelsea as a whole. Can I speak?
Nathaniel, I said no. You can't. Nathaniel, you can't speak if you're gonna. You cannot speak if you're gonna misquote me. I talked about our midfield. Jorginho, Kante.
No, you said that if they perform the best, if they need to. Lewis, Jorginho is the reason why Kante's playing bad. Kante's has played twice as hard because Jorginho is so trash in defence. Anyways, the only teams that beat us in the Champions League are Bayern Munich and Man City. To be honest,
and they have better.
Can I finish my point? Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point.
They have better midfield than us. They have better midfield than us.
Let me finish my point.
I'm going to cut his both.
Let me finish my point. Can I not finish my point?
You can't.
There is no point.
There is no point.
We beat Atletico Madrid. We beat Real Madrid. We beat.
Listen.
All right. Nathaniel, move on. You don't understand what I'm trying to say.
I'm still speaking.
You don't understand what I'm trying to say.
Nathaniel's just talking again, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's talking for the sake of talking.
What are you saying, Fato, about the game?
Yeah, it wasn't that bad, First half was a bit meh. Jorginho redeemed that assist. Normal, usual day for Chelsea at the end of the day. I'm not really that happy about the performance. But
happy about your boy Krusty the Clown pretending to be injured again?
You can talk to another patrol officer about that. Thank you. That's not on my. That's not.
It's a fake injury.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I just want to looking forward to that Friday's draw. And you never know, man. We might get easy draw. I just hope Liverpool and Man City get drawn each other 2 times though, because if that happens tomorrow and happens again on Sunday or after the FA Cup quarterfinals draw.
Thank you. Thanks.
But it's gonna be peak for Liverpool.
Yeah, Fato, don't put that in the atmosphere, man. That's not good.
Ram,
don't
just
put that in the atmosphere.
Ram, wouldn't you think? Wouldn't it be better for your team to draw Man City so that you play them 3 times?
No.
Oh no. Actually, sorry. Oh, for Man City to get a harder team actually, because it's better because they'll be exact.
Yeah, they can get you lot. It's fine.
Bro, I prefer the easier route to the final as possible. Okay, how about
I'm not hearing you get Villarreal, we get Benfica. How about that? Or the other way around.
That's the thing. That's what we want. 100%.
Okay. Liverpool's gonna drop Bayern.
Why would we draw Bayern?
Anyway, we're going to
No, we don't want. No, we do not want Villa. We do not want Villarreal. We do not want Villarreal.
I think we're going to get I think
Emery.
we're going to get Atletico Madrid.
That's what I'm thinking as well.
That's the feeling I've got.
I do not want
I think
Atletico
Liverpool are going to
Madrid
get Real Madrid, and I think Bayern Munich.
Right, I do want Villarreal.
I don't want. No, we do not want. We do not want Villarreal or Atletico Madrid right now.
I do want Villarreal.
Why not? I do. They're shit.
Why not?
Wait. Who's shit? We don't.
Atletico Madrid are absolutely dog dead against Man United. It's not like they were there for the taking.
We don't want. We don't. But do you know the work it's going to take to get? No, we don't want Atletico Madrid or Villarreal. No.
Why? We've beaten them. We've proven we can beat them. For fucking how many times we've beaten them?
We've proven against Villarreal it's a struggle. Emery is one of the best tacticians.
What about Atletico here?
And Prime.
Even Atletico. Like.
So who do you want? Bayern Munich?
Benfica. Let's just take Benfica and get through it.
I don't mind. Yeah,
again, especially how our midfield is performing right now. Like we'll lose the midfield battle and just get knocked out.
Would you take Bayern?
How our midfield is performing right now? No,
I don't think Liverpool or Man City want Chelsea. I don't think Atletico. I think there's many teams that want to avoid Chelsea.
They probably do want to avoid Chelsea. But how our midfield is performing, I don't want to play teams who have a midfield just as good.
Prime, you do want Villarreal for the culture in it, Prime. We talk about this, Prime.
What do you mean we talk about? You just want to go red light district, bro. Relax.
Prime, there's no I'm away, man. Relax yourself.
I did not hear that. What was that? I'm sorry.
No. You take Rams with you.
Do not listen to Prime, please. The Amsterdam way.
Let's see what Callie's got to say. Anyway, Callie, what you saying, my man? You there? Callie,
man, say something, bro.
Callie, say something. He's not saying anything. Ram, what are you saying anyway?
Yeah, man. It's gonna be crunch time
for winning the league.
What was that?
Congratulations for winning the league.
We're still 1 point behind, my bro. We're still 1 point behind.
Win the league. No, actually, it's for stopping Arsenal from taking out them out of the title race.
Bro,
I don't think Liverpool are going to win the league still.
But declare, they still don't have any air of humility to them. I've been hearing them in spaces. They don't have any semblance of humility. They just keep on talking and talking and talking. They just keep on talking, man. They just need to calm down.
You know what's funny?
Did you come across that mathematical way of winning the league that they posted up? Someone posted up.
Yeah, if they win every game from now to the end of the season, they could win the league apparently or something.
Yeah, but it included beating Arsenal. That was the first step. I mean, beating Liverpool.
You know what's funny about Arsenal? In the big games they faced, like City, Liverpool, us, and United, they haven't picked up a single point.
But Prime, in every game they were meant to win, they've won. So
wait, but which game? Because I swear when they played you guys, like. Was it 2 months ago or something? Apparently they were supposed to beat you and they didn't win. They were saying that they were supposed to beat you yesterday. They didn't win.
The time where 4-0,
that time they were supposed to beat Man United. Have been terrible this season. They were supposed to beat Man United. They didn't. Which games have they actually won?
What I mean by the teams they're meant to beat, I meant the teams that are in the top 6 below. They got a little blip against Everton, but they've done their job, and the reason why they're in the Champions League places, Prime, is because United and Tottenham have been shitter.
But Rams, they've had such an quote unquote amazing season. United have been so terrible. This is one of the most worst United seasons in years, and this is one of the worst Spurs seasons in the past few years. And yet they're still in the Spurs are 3 points away from this amazing Arsenal team. United are a point away, I think, from this amazing Arsenal team. Like they're not that great. They haven't capitalized on anything.
Problem is Arsenal have been consistent this season.
But consistent,
even though you can talk about Tottenham and United, how good their teams are, they just haven't been consistent.
But Rams, consistent in what? Because at the end of the day, the league table won't lie, and the league table in this moment in time says that United and Spurs are all competing for top 4. The league table doesn't say Arsenal are amazing.
I hate Arsenal as much as you, but you have to give them some sort of credit, compared to where they were last season.
No, but I
mean,
can't
they've
give
sort of
no,
improved. They're not
but
great.
I can't.
Don't get me wrong, but they've improved slightly.
But again,
at least
I know
5%.
I've given them credit for improving. I've said that since January that they're favorites for top 4, and if they don't get it, it's embarrassing. But is it not still embarrassing that as amazing of a season as you've had, there's like United and Spurs, who've been terrible, are still right behind you. West Ham, the only reason why they haven't secured top 4, West Ham, is because they're dealing with Europa League football. They're dealing with playing 2 games a week. And funny enough, the downfall for Arsenal not getting top 4 could be now this run-in where they've got to play 2 games a week.
Because
the funny thing.
You know what the funny
Where
thing
is the
is?
final of the Champions
Their games in hand are
Paris.
against Tottenham and what's it called? Tottenham and Chelsea.
Hey, I'm going via Germany, man.
So if theoretically if they lose their games
Jam,
in
drive
hand,
me back.
there's no change.
You know what? Let's go to Monaco.
Yeah, but you know, Igal's already said that Igal's already said, and I quote, "We don't need to beat the top teams to get top 4. That won't matter." So that's cool. Let's just say, and you know, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but for me, it just seems like yes, maybe there's a bit of improvement, but it's not to this lofty scale they've talked about. You know, they went from saying this project is Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool, from saying this project is Brendan Rodgers at Leicester. Like people need to relax. Like what they're doing right now reminds me of what Ollie did at Man United. It reminds me of what Lampard did in his first season and what Poch did at Spurs. At the end of the day, like you're not yielding anything from it. They might not get top 4. They've been amazing this season, and they still might not get top 4.
Prime. You can admit they're doing better. That's all, man. I mean,
no. But I said they're doing better, but
Monaco,
not as much as what they think they are.
Yeah.
Oh, real quick.
I'm thinking about it.
To answer you, Jem, if we can't take Villarreal or Atletico right now, I'd rather drop out the competition right now, and that's facts. Like if we cannot beat Villarreal in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, why the fuck you think we'll take Liverpool or City? At this point, we need to start taking half serious competition because it's gonna either way. Look,
Haley, we said this last season when we won it, and we played Real Madrid, and we played Atletico. We played Porto.
Last year Porto was the only weak link. Atletico was La Liga champion.
And we still done it though,
Real Madrid was fucking Real Madrid.
That's what I'm saying. But we still done it.
I listen. I have in cup competitions, I have full faith in Chelsea. Even Rams know it. Rams doesn't want to play Chelsea. He saw City lose in the final. He knows damn well he doesn't want to play Chelsea.
I don't care who we play.
No, he does.
You decline. You said that
energy because in that Carabao Cup, who was the better team?
Look, I have my preferences.
Rams. Who was the better team in the Carabao Cup?
He's gonna say Liverpool. Of course he is.
If he says Liverpool, he's on crack. GG, you won the game. But tell me the truth. Who was the better
team?
Who
is the better
team? The referee.
Yes. Man, I respect you, Ram, because you know the truth. But all I'm saying is, you know damn well in cup competitions, Chelsea is no joke. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know, man. Liverpool's Champions League. If the second leg is at Anfield, I don't know, man. The power of Anfield might have its toll.
We've beaten you at Anfield in the league, and every time we've gone to Anfield, we've drawn with you for the past 2-3 years.
Maybe a draw is enough. Never
but
know.
listen, I'm not gonna say it like that with chess. Like obviously,
Ali, what was your thoughts on the game yesterday? Before I finish off, I didn't get to ask you.
For Lille, what a lot of people are saying, I think, is true. I think our midfield has dropped off a bit. I don't know how to feel about it because sometimes I saw this last season where it was like we had some midfield issues in the beginning of the Champions League, and then all of a sudden our midfield went on the run they went on. So right now, I would say. Honestly, Jorginho and Conte, like Prime said, to their standards, haven't been as consistent as they usually are. But what I would say is Kovacic has. So I would start Kovacic immediately over whoever. And then once Jorginho and Conte click back into gear, because they usually always do, especially in this competition, go from there. But honestly, it was a good win. I mean, that penalty was a pen. You cannot get mad about it. Jorginho was just off balance, hit his hand, is what it is. And, the great finish by Pulisic, that's what we want to see. A little bit more clinicality from him. And that's all I really got, really. Oh, and God bless Dave, man. God bless Dave. You know what I mean? To see him still be instrumental in Champions League wins at his big age is...
Who's Dave again?
Cesar Asp- I can't say his last name.
Aspilicueta.
I know, I always fuck his name up, but yeah. That's
hey, Kali, thank you for understanding what I was saying and not reacting like certain people. Appreciate
Prime. I'm telling you, you know how the Chelsea fan base is, bro. It's the agendas, bro. If I say Mason Mount had a good game yesterday, and then next week Mason Mount has a shit game, I'm gonna get slaughtered because people they don't like hearing
overreactionary. That's the problem. It's if they don't look at the longer term picture, it's always the short term. What they see is what it is. Like, yeah, that's it. That's what it is. You know what I mean? But people don't actually think about other things. But it's what it's, guys. I've got to shoot. I've got to head out.
You say that, Jim. I hope you use that. I hope that stuff applies to Lukaku as well.
Oh, don't bring him in.
Yeah, I mean, you said it.
Kelly just talked about agendas and straight away. You didn't even skip a beat, buddy.
Nah, but you hear what he just said? You only think about the short time. You don't think about the long time.
Everyone,
he said it.
Except for him. Who do you think we're getting round of 16? Just really quick, left to right.
I said Atletico Madrid. That's what I think. Yeah.
Fatur?
I want the easiest team. Yeah,
Benfica declared.
Yeah, Benfica. I want the easiest team till our players come back, especially if we can get Reece James back.
I hear you, Nick Blue.
Me, I don't care who we get because we're going to win this for Roman Abramovich. We're going to retain the Champions League. Bring anyone on, especially Liverpool. I like to get, smash them.
He hates Liverpool.
Hard.
He hates them.
Yes, we hate
the
Liverpool.
feeling's not reciprocated,
I don't know.
My friend.
Most Chelsea fans hate Liverpool, Jen. I don't know what
No, we don't.
Yes,
well, speak for yourself. I don't hate Liverpool.
I don't speak for myself, Rams. Go and make the survey. You're going to see.
No. Speak for yourself. I don't hate Liverpool. I just
hold on, Prime.
I'm talking about real Chelsea fans, all right? So don't talk rubbish.
I think we'll get Liverpool.
No, speak for yourself.
We hate Liverpool more than anyone.
Speak for yourself. There's no we. You don't speak French, bro. There's no.
Anyway, come on,
let's
move. Let's move.
Yeah. You always get some loony like the
let's move on.
Jeff gotta go.
Rodrigo, go on.
Yeah, I think we'll get Liverpool, and then it's gonna be because Liverpool have a tough game on that Saturday against City. So it's either they're gonna put all the eggs in the league basket, or they're gonna put all the eggs in the Champions League. So we'll see what team Klopp is gonna pull out in the first leg.
Let's hope Big Val can do a job for Burnley.
And then Van Dijk is bound to lose his first game at Anfield. Come on, he hasn't lost a game at Anfield. He's bound to lose his first one.
Man, bring on Pep Guardiola and his Mexican workers. Pep. Give me Pep. Pep is in Tuchel's back pocket. No, I mean, Pep is in Tuchel's back pocket.
Pep's getting Bayern. No, Pep's getting Real, man. It's written in the stars.
Give us Pep and give us the Mexican day laborers. We want it.
Prime, you said you don't want Atletico, so who do you want?
I want Benfica, but I think
that's what he's going to say.
Old man, shut up. I want Benfica. Okay, sorry. I want Benfica, but I think we'll get Bayern Munich. Something tells me we'll get Bayern Munich.
I don't.
Ryan, who do you think Chelsea are going to get?
Who I want to get.
We don't care what you want. You said Chelsea, boy. Not Salamani FC, boy. Relax.
I think Jota and Firmino scored yesterday Showtime, so that's a bit dead. But I think for me,
against Arsenal, let's not do this.
Do you want me to say the games that he's actually scored in?
Oh, come on.
I'm gonna take a piss.
Okay. I'll say it. I think you lot are gonna get Villarreal.
That's
okay. Who do you think you're gonna get?
We're gonna get Benfica.
Yeah, you're
gonna beat you guys.
To make it quick for Jem, I think we're gonna honestly get Villarreal, but I wouldn't be mad if we got City. I do not want Liverpool. I do not want Bayern at this stage. That is all.
Actually, Liverpool is easier than City.
Are you high?
No,
bro. 6 Champions League. Are you high?
Come on.
Yeah, Rodrigo.
Liverpool.
Rodrigo, what's your record against us? And what's the record against City?
No, wait, hold on.
We have a better record.
Instead of everyone, instead of everyone reacting, can you let me land?
against Liverpool in
Guys, can I
Champions
just say something before I go? Right, I'm doing the UEFA Champions League draw tomorrow. We're going to do it start at 10:40 a.m. in the morning UK. The draw starts at 11 o'clock. So if you're around, make sure you tune in. Make sure you smash the like button as well before you leave here. If we get Liverpool, we get Man City. Let me tell you something now. Both of them teams are not going to want to play us. At the end of the day, Liverpool just beating us in a penalty shootout. Yeah. They're not going to want to play Chelsea again. The revenge is going to be on that. Man City have beaten us twice already this season. They're not going to want to play us again because eventually we're going to end up getting one of them as well. So I think they're going to want to stay away from Chelsea right now, to be honest, and Tuchel. And the way that we are at the moment, the machine, we're not playing well. But we're scoring and we're actually becoming a bit more clinical, especially from what I saw yesterday, where we're not making many chances, but we're taking our chances. And that's what you need in these cup competitions at the moment. You know, and if we could do that against Liverpool, like we did in the final, where we had so many fucking chances, we would have put them to bed.
We could have put them to bed 3-0.
Revenge is coming, Jen. Revenge is coming.
We can beat them. We can beat them. But I do think we're going to get Atletico Madrid.
We're going to meet Liverpool, whatever happens.
Gotcha.
We're going to meet them in one.
I'll be back tomorrow, guys. Make sure you smash the likes in the comments below. Let me know what your predictions are for the
revenge
draw.
Is going to be sweet, Rams.
So when we do the stream tomorrow, I can look at the games that we're up against as well. So, guys, big up to you. See you tomorrow morning for the draw. Take care of yourselves. Peace out.
You know what's coming, man.
And we'll see you again very soon.
Can we have the song, please? Steve Gerrard.
The CAC.